Hello, we're going to look at using Accessorizer to add some attachments to an item, and we want to have groups within an item. So in this example, it's a pretty common example of might want to have a weapon that has multiple attachments at the same location and being able to switch out between those. So this is again kind of a typical, with modern weapons, you might have a scope section that you can have multiple sights on, or in a under barrel as well. So I'm going to use this demo asset to show that off. The first thing I'm going to do is to create a accessory configuration, and I'm just going to create some groups. So I'm going to have this be the sights group, and I'll create an under barrel group. So now I've got my groups. I need to set my the main item up so that the attachments are sub game objects of the main object. So I'm going to just undo the prefab here, and I'm going to add all of these attachments as children to that, and just kind of move them into place here. So each one of them should kind of take up the same uh, spot. So I guess thinking now, I will need a third group for barrel or barrel attachment, because I've got multiple silencers here. So I'm going to select my accessory config again, do new group, maybe do barrel. Alright, and I'm going to put the sights on each one of them up here. So I'm just doing this real quick. I don't want to waste your time. So this could be a skinned mesh, obviously. The sub meshes of the skinned mesh. So I have other examples to show that. So it looks like this is kind of like a barrel attachment. I'm just gonna not worry about that guy. Um, so now each one of these are not necessarily going to be in the exact place. Like I said, I just did everything kind of quickly, but now I just need to go to the configuration and then add each item. So for sites, I'm going to click new sites item, and I'm going to just drag the game object that's within the each one of these scopes. Scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, and scope 4. And then it looks like we've got multiple sites as well. Site 3, so that should be all the sites. And then under barrel looks like we just have a grip. Oop, new under barrel item. Grip. And is that a flashlight? And then finally on the barrel we've got two different silencers. Silencer 1 and as a compensator. Okay, so now if we just need to attach a behavior to the main object that's going to um, control these sub items, so accessory behavior, and then we just need to drag and drop our accessory config, and that will give us this really the same editor as when we edit the actual config is now available on the item. And just to quickly look at how that is going to, if we wanted to have a random selection, we can enable random selection, and by default it will choose one out of all of the groups. So I can already see that the site, I missed one of these scopes. Looks like it's scope 5. So I'm just going to go to sites, add new site, add scope 5 to that group, and now it should only choose a single from each group. So that's how this mod is designed, to allow only one item from each group to be active at any given time. So yeah, so there are, in this accessory behavior, there are plenty of uh, what you might call API programming calls that you can select specific accessories out of a group, um, get the list of all of the accessories within groups, and all of that. So the other option is to save or load outfits. So outfits really is just a complete set of one selection. So if I wanted to save this, what I guess with weapons you might call it a loadout, I would just create a new outfit, and I might call it close quarters, uh, and then so that what that's done is that saves these selections. So this compensator, sight, and flashlight. So if I were to go ahead and change them, I could go back and equip that exact loadout again by equipping. Um, so again, there are API calls to get the list of outfits and to equip them. Um, the other thing I might note is you can select items or equip items using either the transform name, or there's also a display name here as well. So once you change the display name, um, it will, instead of saying scope 1, you might say, large black scope. So that just gives you the ability to, if you have, your transform names not necessarily very descriptive, you can decide to have more descriptive display names, and you can select and enable items using the display names as well. So that was just a quick show of that, and obviously all of the functionality is within this accessory behavior script, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.